Most beginners think successful apps start with technology. That's usually wrong. The best apps often start with frustration. Somebody gets tired of repeating the same task. Somebody notices people struggling with something simple. Somebody sees confusion, delay, stress, wasted time, or unnecessary effort. And then they ask one important question. What if this could be easier? That question has created billion-pound businesses. Not complicated code, not flashy technology, not futuristic buzzwords, just people solving problems properly. This is where many beginners completely misunderstand AI app building. They focus too much on software and not enough on humans. But the truth is simple. Most people do not care how advanced your app is. They care whether it helps them. That changes how you think about AI forever. Because once you understand this lesson, you stop chasing complicated ideas just to sound impressive. You start noticing opportunities hiding inside ordinary daily problems. And honestly, that mindset shift is where many successful app creators begin. In this lesson, you're going to understand why problem solving matters more than coding, why simple apps often outperform complicated ones, why beginners overthink app ideas, how useful AI apps are usually created, why observation is one of the most valuable skills in AI business, how creators, freelancers, and businesses discover app opportunities, and why solving small frustrations can become a real business. By the end of this lesson, you'll start seeing apps differently. You'll stop asking, what app should I build? And start asking, what problem needs solving? That question changes everything. Let's start with something important. Most successful apps are not built because somebody wanted to use fancy technology. They are built because somebody noticed friction. Think about how many tools exist today simply because somebody got annoyed enough to improve something. Food delivery apps solved convenience problems. Booking apps solved scheduling problems. Navigation apps solved confusion. Reminder apps solved forgetfulness. Content planning tools solved organization problems. Most digital products begin with a human frustration first. Technology comes second. This is where many beginners get trapped. They become obsessed with AI trends, app builders, tools, software features, complicated ideas, but they skip the most important question. Who actually needs this? That question matters more than most people realize. Because if nobody cares about the problem, the app usually struggles no matter how advanced the technology becomes. And honestly, this is one reason many beginners quit early. They build around excitement instead of usefulness. Why most beginners focus on the wrong thing? This is extremely common. A beginner discovers AI app building and immediately starts imagining giant startups, billion-dollar companies, futuristic system, massive social platforms. And while ambition is great, many people completely skip smaller opportunities sitting directly in front of them. The internet often makes success look dramatic, but many profitable apps are surprisingly simple. This is where most beginners get confused. They think simple means weak. Not true. Simple and useful is often incredibly powerful. Think about a calculator app. Very simple, very useful. Or a booking reminder tool. Simple, useful. Or an app that organizes invoices for freelancers. Again, simple and useful. People pay for reduced stress. They pay for convenience. They pay for saved time. That's the real opportunity many beginners overlook. The real job of an app. Let's simplify this completely. The job of an app is usually one of these: save time, reduce confusion, improve organization, increase convenience, automate repetition, simplify communication, remove frustration. That's it. Now think about how many frustrations exist in everyday life. Suddenly opportunities start appearing everywhere. This is why problem awareness is becoming such a valuable skill in AI app building. Because the people who notice repeated frustrations often discover opportunities faster than people chasing trends blindly. Think about AI apps like tools, not magic. This mindset matters a lot. A hammer solves a problem. A calendar solves a problem. A map solves a problem. Apps work the same way. The best beginner AI apps often help people do ordinary things more efficiently. And honestly, many beginners sabotage themselves because they try too hard to sound revolutionary. but businesses and users often prefer clarity over complexity. If an app makes life easier, people care. That's the real game. Why tiny problems create big opportunities. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts for beginners. Small frustrations happen repeatedly. Repeated frustrations create demand. Imagine a consultant constantly sending the same onboarding emails manually. That becomes annoying. Now imagine a small AI assistant organizing that process automatically. Suddenly, time is saved, stress reduces, workflow improves. Simple, useful, valuable. Now multiply that idea across thousands of industries. That's why AI business ideas are exploding right now. Not because everybody suddenly became technical experts, because people are discovering easier ways to solve repeated problems. Real life example, coaches and consultants. Think about coaches for a moment. Many coaches repeatedly answer the same questions: pricing, scheduling, program details, FAQs, next steps. Eventually they realize, I keep repeating myself. That repetition becomes an opportunity. Now imagine a simple AI assistant helping organize or answer those questions. Again, small problem, small solution, real value. This is why many creators and freelancers are becoming interested in beginner AI apps. They are discovering opportunities hiding inside repetitive work. Real life examples, small business owners. Now think about small businesses. Many local businesses still handle bookings manually, customer reminders manually, inventory manually, communication manually. That creates friction every single day, and friction creates opportunity. A simple AI-powered booking assistant may not sound glamorous online, but for a busy business owner, it can feel life-changing. This is why usefulness matters more than hype, why complicated does not mean better. The internet often rewards impressive-looking technology conversations, but users usually care about results. Think about it like this. If somebody is drowning, they do not care whether the rescue tool sounds futuristic. They care whether it works. The same thing happens with apps. People love simplicity, speed, convenience, clarity. This is why some tiny apps quietly make more money than flashy, complicated ideas, because they solve clear problems extremely well. And honestly, this is where many beginners waste time. They try to sound advanced instead of becoming useful. Observation is becoming a superpower. Here's something fascinating. Many successful app ideas come from observation, not genius inspiration. Observation, watching how people behave, watching where confusion appears, watching where time gets wasted, watching repeated complaints. This is why creators, consultants, freelancers, healthcare workers, parents, and business owners may all discover valuable app ideas because they already understand real-world frustrations. A teacher notices student confusion, a parent notices organizational chaos, a freelancer notices repetitive admin work, a creator notices content workflow problems. That understanding matters enormously because useful apps usually begin with human understanding before technical creation. Why AI makes this easier for beginners. Before AI tools became popular, many people stopped at the idea stage. They thought, this would be useful, but I could never build it. AI changes that feeling. Now beginners feel more able to explore ideas conceptually. They can brainstorm workflows, organize app ideas, structure features, simplify concepts, explore possibilities. Again, AI reduces friction. That pattern keeps appearing throughout this course because it's extremely important. AI helps people move from confusion through experimentation, and experimentation creates learning. The MVP mindset explains simply. You'll hear this term often, MVP. It means minimum viable product. Now don't let the terminology intimidate you. The simpler explanation is this. What is the smallest useful version of this idea? That's it. Most beginners think too big too early. They imagine massive feature lists, giant systems, endless complexity. But experienced creators often start much smaller. Because small tests reveal useful information faster. Think about opening a cafe. You probably would not start with 400 menu items, 5 buildings, international expansion. You'd start smaller first. Apps work similarly. And this mindset becomes very important in AI app creation. Why beginners should stop waiting for perfect ideas. This is a huge problem. Many people wait forever trying to think of the perfect startup, the perfect app, the perfect business idea. Meanwhile, somebody else solves one simple annoying problem and starts building momentum. Perfectionism stops many beginners before they even start learning. The truth is, many successful apps began as small practical ideas, not giant master plans, and honestly, this should encourage beginners. Because opportunity often hides inside ordinary frustrations, not dramatic innovation, why human psychology matters more than many beginners realize. People often think apps succeed because of technology alone, but human behavior matters enormously. People use tools that feel simple, reduce stress, save effort, feel convenient, make life easier. That's why user understanding matters so much in AI app building. If you understand habits, frustrations, confusion, convenience, emotional reactions, you start thinking differently about products. And this is why empathy matters in technology creation. The best tools often feel like, finally, somebody understands my problem. That emotional reaction is powerful. Why many AI apps will stay small and still succeed. This is another important mindset shift. Not every app needs millions of users. Some tools serve new communities, local businesses, creators, consultants, small teams, and that's completely okay. A small, useful app can still generate income, attract leads, support a business, improve workflows, create opportunities. The internet often glorifies giant startup exits, but many sustainable businesses are built quietly, solving practical problems. That's the reality many beginners never hear enough about. Why curiosity matters more than technical confidence right now. Many people delay learning because they think I'm not technical enough. But honestly, curiosity may matter more than confidence at the beginning, because curious people observe, ask questions, experiment, notice patterns, learn gradually. That mindset creates growth over time. And this is important because AI app building is still changing rapidly. Nobody knows everything. Even experienced people are learning constantly, so beginners should stop expecting instant mastery. The goal right now is understanding, not perfection, the hidden skill behind successful AI apps. This may surprise you. One hidden skill behind many successful AI apps is simplification. People who can simplify confusion, workflows, communication, organization, repetitive tasks often create valuable systems. This is why some of the best AI ideas sound almost boring at first, because boring problems are often expensive problems, and solving expensive frustrations creates value. Let's bring everything together clearly. Today you learned why successful AI apps usually begin with problems, why coding is not the most important starting point, why simple, useful tools often outperform complicated ideas, why observation is becoming valuable, why repeated frustrations create opportunities, what MVP thinking means, why human psychology matters in app creation, why small apps can still become successful businesses, why usefulness matters more than hype. Most importantly, you learned this: apps succeed because they help people. That idea should guide everything you learn moving forward, because technology without usefulness rarely lasts. Before the next lesson, spend a few minutes thinking about this question. What task feels unnecessarily frustrating in your daily life, work, or business? Not futuristic problems, ordinary ones. Maybe scheduling reminders, communication, organization, repetitive admin, customer questions, content planning. Start training yourself to notice friction, because friction often points toward opportunity. And in the next lesson, we're going to simplify the entire AI app ecosystem so you finally understand what tools like Replit, Cursor, Firebase, Bolt, Lovable, and Google AI Studio actually do without confusing technical jargon. If you're enjoying this course, subscribe and continue to the next lesson, because that's where your understanding starts becoming much clearer.